Here with Jet scout Alonzo Dotson, who covers the Southeast for this team. Can you talk about your interaction with Jermaine Johnson, not just last year, but maybe even going back to your scouting days, looking at him in Georgia before he makes the transfer to Florida State?
Same player, really. His pressure rate, ability to affect the passer, it was present at Georgia. You could see a guy that could bend the corner, had a game plan, and for whatever reason, wanted to have a little bit more exposure because of how they do things with their rotation at Georgia. So went on over to Florida State and see what happened.
How was he used differently at Florida State compared to Georgia? More than just he was given more opportunity and more snaps.
I think no, I honestly that was it. That was it. They're just so heavy with their rotation because they have a lot of talent, and it simply came down to that. As far as him being able to, when you get to play in a position where you're going against a offensive tackle every play for 4 quarters, you want to have a plan of attack. You want to mix things up. So that's all it came down to for him to be able to kind of work at his craft for all 4 quarters.
What did you see from him in terms of developing that plan with more opportunity?
ACC Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, proof is in the pudding. 12 sacks, and being able to really show the NFL that he could play the run. I think he got better at that, setting the edge and being able to really showcase his ability to have a first and secondary move.
Why is he such a good fit in this system? That's something that jumped out to me when Robert said most pass pass rush ready in terms of coming in here and playing for the Jets of all the prospects.
Well, first, I'd say that he plays with his hand in the dirt, right? So he comes out of a 3 point stance. And a lot of times when you have a guy that's coming from a 2 point to a 3 point, it's some caution that it's a learning curve, I should say. And so with him, he's already playing in our front, and that won't be an adjustment for him. And his ability to, like I said, rush the passer, bend the hump, and have a plan of attack, it really fits our scheme really well.
Alonzo, you're not just watching him on film, though. What can you tell us about the person? What did people think about him on the ground at Florida State?
A guy that's really confident in his ability. He goes about his day to day process like an adult, and you know what you're getting every day. A steady Eddie type of personality, a guy that has some edge on the field. He has what we call a switch. So he has he's a nice guy, personable when he doesn't have the helmet on, but once he steps between those lines, he's a different person.
All right, so what's going through your mind draft night, Thursday night? Jets take Ahmad Sauce Gardner, number 4. Then they take Garrett Wilson, number 10. Where are you at that point?
Excited because you trust what Joe, Rex, Phil Savage, Chad Alexander, and John Carr, everything that they're doing, you trust what they're doing, right? As an area scout, you know, but you trust what they're doing. And we were actually took a little break, and the word came out that Jermaine was still on the board. And then somebody came and got all of us, and we ran back upstairs, and you heard that Joe was willing and dealing, and I could say like butterflies went through my stomach because I know he can help us.
So when you're watching that unfold, though, Joe's talking about doing this at 15, 16, 17. What are you thinking? Because you know he's working the calls.
Stress. So if I'm stressed, I can't understand what he went through. I mean, but Joe is even keeled. You've been around him. He has a great poker face, and so I know I was antsy, so I can't imagine how he was.
What was the room like when you knew that you had secured him at 26? Had you ever experienced something like that before?
No, and I think to answer your question directly, we were in awe. We were just in absolute awe and just ecstatic, and because we got 3 premium players and guys that can hopefully come and help our team right away.
Well, what did you tell Jermaine when he actually got here at One Jets Drive? Because he said this was his favorite prospect visit, and he was everywhere in the National Football League, went to 30 teams.
Yeah, so I think he told Joe to come get him, to trade up and come get him, and it happened like that. So he spoke it into existence, and then I had my own relationship with him, with Jermaine, because of the combine, because of the Senior Bowl, and then obviously me being the area scout. So he can put it in my face together, a familiar face, if you could say. And we gave each other a big hug when he saw me. I was just coming out of the sauna, and he's like, he didn't even care. He's like, he just gave me a big hug, and he's excited to be here, which is just it's perfect.
Appreciate your time and congrats.